welcome.
Come on, get it together. Come on, we're back. Long time coming.
Yes, so the new episode of the Soda Popcast. I am Chad Kresser, and I'm here with Aiden Kresser.
Yeah.
And we are coming straight from the theater where we just watched Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Yes, and we're going to divide this up into two sections. We're going to talk about the movie spoiler-free, and then we will warn you when we go to where we're just going to talk about the movie and everything that happened. Spoiler section.
And maybe not even the movie.
Maybe
You never know.
Who knows where.
This might get a little out of hand.
I don't know if this one will. We've been known to ramble, but so it was hyped. It's gotten good reviews. Of course, you never know anymore.
It's always the best one since Endgame.
Yes, which has not been true.
No.
Has not been true at all.
And that's coming from guys who liked Captain America. He's a bird now, more than the people. We like that one.
The newest one?
Yeah, he's a bird now.
What was that?
Captain America, he's a bird now. He fights
but
red.
what was the movie?
Captain America 4, A Brave New World.
Brave New World.
He's a bird now.
That was probably the best one since Avengers Endgame.
Until now. But we like that one more than most people.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I like that one. It was all right, but also that was just totally standalone.
Yeah.
Right? Because it didn't lead into anything.
The Hulk. If you guys remember the Hulk from 2008.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
a lot of tiebacks to that movie,
which was amazing because they drug that out of the closet. But I mean, that movie was totally by itself.
Yeah, that was just.
It wasn't even hooked into anything in the future. I don't think really. And
yeah,
they were just going back to the Hulk 2008 for no reason.
Tying some loose ends up.
Whatever.
Haven't been there since 12
Forever.
years.
Yeah. No, 2008 minus 25, 17 years, but whatever. But so, yeah, that was a good movie. But this one, they do set up for future movies.
Okay.
I'm not to spoil
it's the
it.
Thunderbolts.
It's the Thunderbolts.
And just quick review, unironically, the best one since Endgame.
Yeah, we've already said that.
No, but we're not just saying it. It's unironically the best one. And they can put that on the poster. Unironically, the best one since Endgame.
I don't know what that means.
It means unironically, it actually is the best one.
What does unironic mean?
Like, we're not just saying it. You know how it's like, oh, the best one since Endgame.
Yeah, but we're not getting sponsored or paid to say that.
But they can put it on the poster if they want.
Oh, you're saying they could quote us on the poster?
They don't even have to quote us. They can just say, unironically, the best one since Endgame. They can put it on the steelbook case for all I care.
I don't know what we're talking about. But all right, so the story was good. I thought there's no glaring plot holes, which usually in these movies there's like something that I just can't live with. I'm like, oh, that's just stupid. Why'd they do that? There was no glaring plot holes.
Hopefully not.
Did you just watch it?
I mean, we just watched it, but I mean,
did you just go anything where like that's stupid? Why did they do that? Why didn't they just?
No.
There was none of that. Or there's nothing. So that was good. Thought the characters were good. Well done.
This one is character driven.
Yes.
I feel like lately it's always about trying to tie stuff together that hasn't happened yet, or can we bring this guy back from that one movie, like a cameo of some guy who has no part in being in the MCU.
Yeah, and the biggest problem with the run of movies they've had since Endgame is that all of them, like, it was stupid. What was it, the multiverse? Like
they were trying to do that, but I don't think anybody really sat down and plotted that one out.
I don't think anybody was really thinking.
We're opening the multiverse. We're closing it. We're opening it
Only
again.
this can open the multiverse until there's 3 characters in this movie that can do it, and then there's an object in the next movie that can do it. It was so bad.
Yeah,
so bad.
They didn't know what they were doing.
And the only purpose of those movies was to get to the next movie, which made the movie stupid. Like, they didn't care about the plot of that movie. They just wanted to get you to the next movie to make you go see that one. So they were terrible movies.
I just realized something. We did not see Ant-Man 3.
We didn't see
that.
Ant-Man
Could be
3.
the best one since Endgame, unironically.
Yeah, I guess it could have been.
And we missed out. But I don't think we did.
But that's how bad the Marvel movies have been, is that we did not see Ant-Man. We did not see Eternals. We didn't see... Was there a Doctor Strange in there that we didn't see?
No, we saw it.
I didn't know if there was another one. That's what I mean. I don't even know what these movies are anymore. They've been so bad.
Not much until now.
Yeah.
They're so back.
So anyway, back to the characters. and yeah, there's 2 female characters that we don't even care that they're female.
Oh, let's not get political here.
I'm going to get political because
Let's not get political here on the first episode back.
I'm just saying that there was female characters in there. They were strong female characters, and I think people will like them. I liked them because they weren't. The only reason they were there was not because they were female. They were just characters in the movie. They were just characters in the movie that happened to be female. They didn't shoehorn female characters in there and try to make them the best thing ever. And the only reason you're going to see this movie is because you want to see female characters.
We didn't see the Marvels either. That also could ironic.
Yes.
If you couldn't guess. We missed the Marvels.
But the whole point, yeah. So I would just want to say there's strong female characters in there, and nobody's scared of them. I'm not scared of them.
What?
Because that's what they say. Oh, the Marvel fanboys, they don't like strong female characters. That's their excuse of why Marvel's tanked. No, that's not why it tanked.
Yeah.
That's not why the all-female Ghostbusters tanked.
You know, those were female characters back in the day. And we still love them.
It's not why Rey's not a good character because we don't like strong female characters. She's not a good character. Right. Star Wars. Come on, man.
Sorry. Those movies don't exist in my mind.
Yeah,
I only appreciate good film.
Yeah. So I'm saying there's good. You said it was character driven. I'm saying that's a good example of good female characters that are characters that happen to be female.
Now, another big character is Ghost from Ant-Man 2. Do you remember that? She was the villain of Ant-Man 2. The girl that could glitch
Ant-Man 2?
Yeah. We saw Ant-Man. That was back when they were still. That was in between Infinity War and Endgame.
I know. I did not remember her.
But you didn't need to know. Like, you could watch.
Right, yeah, no, yeah. Because I didn't know that I knew. And it didn't affect me. I was fine with it.
Did you see, you didn't watch that Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Where they introduced U.S. Agent?
No, but I mean, I know enough of it.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? They really gathered together some scrubs and some leftovers.
Because it's all they have left, really.
But it works. It's a little bit Guardians of the Galaxy.
But you know,
although they feel a little more ragtag than Guardians of the Galaxy.
Even more so, yes. But I know one of the things we always complain about Marvel, they have a super serious situation and they throw in some one-liner to like.
I was just rewatching Age of Ultron, and Ultron is always delivering a good line, and then they make him say something funny.
Yes, and funny. I think this one.
That's absent.
It's absent. I mean, there's good. I don't want to say comedy. There's good one-liners and whatnot, but they're not forced in. Like it got to the point Marvel was forcing them in, I think.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Thor 4.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah, because they were just forcing it in too much.
Yeah, everybody had to be a comedian.
Yeah. And this one, things happen to be funny just by themselves, not
and
because
again,
we forced it.
It's the type of group where they all can have those type of lines. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, they can all be quipping and whatnot. Whereas the Avengers, like, it's Tony Stark, the rest of them are pretty serious. Captain America isn't going to be cracking one-liners. Right. Thor shouldn't really be cracking one-liners.
Right. They went overboard with it, I think, after a while.
But these guys...
Yeah, because they're all just misfits. And they're all cracking on themselves, really, most of the time.
Yeah.
Which fixed their characters. So I thought that was good.
And then, like you said, there's some emotional moments and they let it have its stay that really help drive home the point of the characters and why they are brought together or why they find each other.
And then why they solve the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. And then, obviously, you know, this is not a spoiler alert. There's a mid-credit scene and an end-credit scene.
We won't go into that, though, until spoilers.
All right, I guess we won't go that.
I don't know. I feel like that would be too much.
I would just like to say that I want to point out that what made the first half of the Marvel movies good was that, yes, they were hooked together, but you weren't watching them. They weren't making you watch them just to get to the next movie, which is how this multiverse of madness was. The end scenes are what glued them together, and I think they got back to that. This movie is by itself. There's no hints that there's some bigger things going on, and we're trying to force more characters in, and we're trying to introduce new people. It was a story by itself, but then the end credit scene is what glues it together to what might be coming next.
Yeah. The end credits was always more of a teaser.
And I think that was the success of that
That's what
whole
brought
Marvel
you back
universe.
was, there's going to be something.
And you knew that they were together. The movies worked together. But then all these other franchises tried to rush through that process, like the Universal monsters and DC with
the Batman v Superman.
it's so bad. He's watching it on the computer. Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy. Oh, it was so bad. You know what I mean? And this
And
is
they're
more
also
natural.
doing everything. They also try to do everything.
Yeah, you tried to
just because we're talking about Batman v Superman. Oh, we're gonna have Batman introduced in this universe. We're gonna have Batman fight Superman. Death of Superman, Doomsday, Wonder Woman's gonna be there.
We're gonna try and cram 12 movies into 2 hours, and guess what? It sucked. It didn't work.
But that's how a lot of these Marvel movies have been as well. They're trying to do just too much.
Yeah. They missed what worked, and I think this got back to what worked.
Yeah, throwing together some idiots and giving them a problem to solve.
And that's the story. And the other stuff will happen by itself. Not we're going to force all these things to happen and try and make a story around it.
I think another standout for this one is the action and the lack of CGI and green screens. They've been promoting a lot of stuff that Florence Pugh did a lot of her own stunts.
Who's that?
The main girl, Yelena.
The little blonde girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet you she's like 5'2" or something.
Maybe.
If we had a guy over there, if anybody would like to apply for that job to be on the computer.
How tall is Florence Pugh?
I'm going to say 5'2".
She's taller than 5'2". There she is. She wasn't that.
She seems like she's very small.
Maybe she.
You know, they put people on.
But anyway, everybody's like actually in a costume as well. And you feel that. It's not like how they were with the later Iron Man movies where
there's no, it's just all fake.
He's not even there. Robert Downey Jr. is probably not even there.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, even the Spider-Man costumes, I don't think any of those have been real.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think any of them have been, he's in a Spider-Man costume. But like the Red Guardian shows up.
He's obviously in a costume.
He's in a costume. And, I mean, that goes for all of them.
That guy's great, though, too. I don't know where that guy came from.
He was in Black Widow.
No, I mean the character. I'm talking about the actor. Like, what was his first... I know, was that like his first break, his big break?
It might have been his big break. It wasn't his first thing.
Yeah, it wasn't his first thing.
I think he's in Brokeback Mountain. Somebody look it up. David Harbour.
Brokeback Mountain? What has he done between Brokeback Mountain and Stranger Things? Brokeback Mountain, when was that? And what's he doing in there, for God's sakes?
I think he's the third gay cowboy.
No, for real?
I think he is.
There's 3 gay cowboys? I didn't know that.
Probably the only thing in the world.
I have not seen it. So
I haven't seen it either, just to be clear.
You just heard that?
Not to get political.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not to get political. You can be a gay cowboy if you want. You can be the 4th gay cowboy.
There's 4 now. Oh no. All right. Anyway, are you serious? You think he was in that movie? Because it has to be early 2000s.
He has to be in more stuff. Should I look it up?
No, we gotta get a guy. So if anybody would like to apply, send us an email. All right. So anyway, but that guy's really good.
Oh yeah,
as Red Guardian.
Absolutely.
I mean,
he's funny. He tears it up.
He's funny, but again, not trying to be funny. It's just the way that character is. He's a goofball.
He's just some Russian.
He's a.
I love this. Isn't a spoiler. Bucky Barnes shows up, and I'm glad they did something with him. He's been just in the background a lot. I wish he would have been more in the forefront of this movie, but he isn't really a jokester, and they let him be like the serious guy.
You're exactly right. You're right. He is the serious guy.
But he shows up, and the Red Guardian loves it, because obviously he was the Winter Soldier, this Russian assassin super soldier, and he's like the Red Guardian screaming and clapping, and he's so excited to see him show up, and that's great. I like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That guy does a great job.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Oh, so how do we get off to the little girl, and then?
Oh, she does a lot of her own stunts in this. They were really promoting that, as they do when Tom Cruise tries to kill himself for our entertainment every Mission Impossible
and
movie.
we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that. I can't wait to watch you in new Mission Impossible jump from one flying plane to another, because
Is that going to happen?
I
He
think
leaps from a flying plane.
that's what I'm seeing lately. He jumped from a yellow plane to a red plane.
You know, not only could you fall to the ground, those
you
are
could get stuck. It's like one of those planes that they were flying in Indiana Jones.
That's what I'm saying. Propeller. You could like shredded cruise.
Yeah.
So not only could you fall to the ground, you could instantly be.
Maybe our video leading into Mission Impossible will be top 10 times Tom Cruise.
Maybe that
should
would
have
be
died,
yeah,
but somehow didn't.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. All right, so she did her own stunts where
Yeah.
somehow.
She jumped in, but I'm saying this is like, you get that sense.
Yeah, you
that
do.
it's a lot of real stuff.
I didn't even realize that until you said it, but you're right. And because there's none of them guys have superpowers.
None of them.
I mean, the girl phases in and out.
Yeah, and that's about as far as they go as well.
Yeah.
In terms of this team of people.
Yeah, like they're again knocking on themselves. Like they're trying to get out of a situation. They're like, okay, so all we do is punch and shoot.
Yeah.
Which was funny, but again, like that's the people trying to solve the
pretty
problem.
much
That's
a
a
black
lie.
ops unit. Like they could very well be real, except for the one girl who can shift
But
in
you
and out
know,
of
they
reality
probably have that.
for 1 minute.
They
She can
probably
move
have
for
that,
1
though.
minute.
They probably have.
You can't. They don't have
They
shifting
probably
in and out
have
of
that.
reality.
Dude, they probably have that in real life.
Okay, the point is, the action's great and it feels real.
Who was
and
the
it's
person
there.
that got? I don't. Is that a spoiler? That's probably a spoiler.
It's not really. A lot of people been, because they did trailers and stuff, and they're like, this person's only in it.
And then you don't see him anymore in the trailer. Yeah. Like I was shocked that they just killed that person.
Yeah, minor spoiler, maybe.
Yeah, probably not. I mean,
if you've ever
it's not
seen
a
a
big deal.
trailer.
If you don't see her the rest of the movie, she's done.
Yeah.
So what was it, Taskmaster?
Taskmaster.
Yeah.
And she.
I thought she was going to come back to life, or she had abilities to come back to life. I don't know what her thing
She
was.
just got shot in the
She
head.
just got shot right in the head.
And that was the end of her.
And that was pretty cool, though.
Yeah. And again, she was pretty cool, though, as a character.
Yeah.
She was pulling out the most weapons. She was using the shield.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you definitely had to get rid of one of them, and she literally just does. Her superpower is
What is her superpower?
copying whoever she watches. So she literally would have just done what
Yeah.
everyone else would do. Literally the exact same.
Yeah, that's no good. That's not.
You
that
know
doesn't make-
Taskmaster?
I don't know, man. Some of these minor characters from back in the day.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So that's her ability.
Yeah.
She was in Black Widow as well. So it's like a Black Widow 2 sort of thing. She was the villain of Black Widow.
I don't remember that either.
All right. The point is, it doesn't matter. She got shot in the
shot.
head.
You did see the blood coming out.
30
It was pretty
minutes.
sweet.
30
No,
minutes.
I don't think it was 30 minutes. All right. But so, all right. So, do we rate it now or do we rate it after the spoiler section?
No, we can give it a rate right now.
Was it out of 5 or is it out of 10?
I don't know.
We have to make a very important decision right now. Let's go. I don't know what. Let's go 10. Let's
Okay.
do it out of 10. For what it is.
What do you mean for what it is?
You know, sometimes people dog on horror movies, but you're watching a horror movie. You're just not trying to watch Shakespeare. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Or they'll give Godzilla a bad rating. It's like, what do you want?
There's a true giant. What did you buy your ticket for?
Yeah, what did you buy your ticket
There wasn't
for?
enough humans in this movie. Disagree. There was a little too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with it. Yeah, you're going to watch a Godzilla movie. For a Godzilla movie, it's 9 out of 10. If you're trying to watch some sort of rom-com, yeah, it's a 2 out of
Yeah,
it's a 0 out of 10. So you have to rate it for what it is. And for what this is, I didn't see any glaring plot points. Usually there's something where I'm like, that was stupid. The characters would not do that. Or that doesn't work that way. I don't see none of that in there. Characters were good. 8.5, 9.
Yeah. I'll give it an 8. Wait, hold on.
Only 8?
Yeah, I'll give
See,
it
what
an
would
8.
you knock it on? I wasn't sitting there looking at trying to worry about what time it was. You know, I was entertained
Oh, yeah,
throughout.
I think I was entertained. I would have liked more Bucky.
But
I
you
feel
know,
like he should be more in the forefront of this group as Captain America's sidekick.
But you had the knockoff Captain America there, though.
That's what I mean. I wish they would have I wish he would have put him in his place or something. I will say this as well. they're all super soldiers. I don't know if Yelena is Black Widow Florence Pugh.
I don't feel like she is. Cause she
I
was
don't know
getting
if she's
thrown
got
around
a super
little
soldier
bit.
serum or not.
I don't think so.
But they let them be super soldiers. I feel like they really underplayed Captain America in those movies and in those fights, where this one, they like Bucky, there's driving cars in the trailers. He's driving the car and he grabs the chain of the car.
Oh,
And
yeah,
pulls it down and it flips. And then there's a car driving at these people out of control, and Bucky
Because
puts
he
it up
got a
with one
bionic arm, too.
But yeah, you know what I mean? I like that. It's like they're really giving the super soldiers some weight. Because I feel like that was always...
Captain America's always up against, like, Thor and stuff, though.
Yeah, I know. But
So he's got to get beat down.
Yeah.
I don't think they... I don't know. I thought they'd give Captain America his due.
I don't know, man.
He battling Iron Man.
I mean, yeah, he should be able to tear Iron Man up. You see what
Iron
these
Man's-
guys are doing? You see how
Iron
these guys
Man's-
are throwing cars? I feel like Captain America should be able to rip that suit apart.
Well, let's not go back into that. Let's not
Okay,
dive back into the lore.
But the point is, I like that for what they are, which again is just, we're the bare minimum in terms of a superhero.
Yeah.
They let them really be superheroes. They're doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
Throwing
they're at the
stuff,
edge of
they're
their
throwing
powers.
each other
Yeah,
around,
they're at,
yeah.
yeah. All right. So 8.5, 9.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know what I really would knock it on.
Yeah. But you got to think.
But it's
If
got-
this is a superhero movie,
But yeah, I wasn't like,
I wasn't blown away.
I wasn't
I mean, I
blown
was.
away.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
yeah.
It's fun.
Definitely should go see it. If you have any interest in Marvel movies, go see it. If you have
You
any
don't even
interest in
need to really
action,
be into
if it,
tomorrow.
no, because it's a standalone movie. Like they don't even reference. There is some reference, you know. Obviously, you knew the Avengers came before them, and the Avengers are all gone now. But you didn't get bogged down in any of that. That's all just that kind of said in passing or known.
Which happens in a lot of movies.
Yeah. So you don't even need. Yeah, you don't even need to know Marvel.
Yeah, you could just go watch this
Just go.
for
You
a
could
good
just
time.
you could just jump on the Marvel
Right now.
bandwagon right now.
It's
Yeah.
never been a better time.
All right. So 8.5
Oh.
or 9.
Before we get out of spoilers, I just want to say this. I also like the fact that they do just save people.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
There's a whole scene dedicated to them just
Saving
helping people out.
individual people.
And that's something you don't see in the superhero movie at all. You know, the Avengers, they were fighting those aliens. No one cared.
Everybody's dying on the street. the rubble.
falling over.
Their buildings are falling
No
on
one's
people.
trying to help them.
Yeah.
And that happens every single time.
Because the stakes are.
So big, so huge.
Yeah, you got to save the world. You can't. I got time to save that
Yeah.
one kid.
But I like that, you know, like I said, there's a whole scene where each of them individually save a few people. And it's
Yeah.
just nice to see.
I
And that would
actually,
go a long way.
I
for
actually thought back to the original 1977 Superman.
Well,
Because there was a
gonna
whole
say that.
sequence where they showed him doing, you know,
Yeah.
a couple different. Because
And
he was
I-
the first Superman.
I was going to say that as well.
Huh.
And for the new Superman trailer, what I was going to say. There's that shot where he goes in there and saves that little girl. I like that shot a lot. For
that is a
Superman.
cool shot too. Yeah, just visually. But I also thought of that when they were doing their little thing going through saving all the individual people. So it must be a new trend. I don't know, new trend or they.
I like that they're doing it either way. It's
that's what I mean. I think
heroes.
they both kind of James Gunn and then whoever did this kind of are thinking to themselves, we have to bring it back to.
Yeah.
You have to start back smaller.
And that's
And
the
then you
point
can
of
go to-
Superman, especially.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
that could be really interesting, having him fight while saving people, because he can do that, and I think that's why.
But
they're
he
showing-
would do that,
yeah.
which was the
Unlike
big
again.
problem. Unlike again.
Well, maybe we'll make an episode about Zack Snyder, but I think that will go a long way for these guys, because they are all villains. Like everybody knows, Bucky Barnes was the Winter Soldier. If you go back,
But they all
to the
have
Winter
issues
Soldier
with.
villain.
But they all are sort of reluctant villains, or whatever you want to say. Sort of
Yeah.
dragged into that.
Yeah,
Like
and-
Elena couldn't help it. She was a
child
assassin. I mean,
And
what are you going to do?
yeah, you're helpless there. But like the Winter Soldier, they know Bucky Barnes is the Winter Soldier in the universe. They know what he's done. John Walker killing that guy. That was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And kill.
just a terrorist. It was a terrorist.
It's a terrorist.
So, I mean, he killed him, but obviously that wasn't the thing Captain America would do.
Right.
Which, by the way, Captain America was in World War II. Let's stop acting like he didn't kill a bunch of people. He's in World War II. Give him a break. Give these guys a break.
Yeah, give him a break, man.
Kill a terrorist. But you know what I mean? So they're not perceived by the public too well.
Right.
But I think that would do a lot. And that was Red Guardian's big thing. Being a hero in the public. Well, yeah, he was a communist. Everybody relax. Okay, we're not communists. We're not communist here. But you know what I mean? He was like, being a hero is what felt
Yeah,
good.
that's what he
And I think that's...
wanted to be, or that's what he always is talking about.
Yeah, because he was the first one to rush in there and help somebody.
Yeah.
So, I like that. I like that they're doing that.
Yeah.
And I see a little bit of it in Fantastic Four trailer.
Yeah,
With
same
the
sort of
thing.
thing. Yeah, same sort of thing.
Oh, here's the thing.
So, all right, so spoiler alert. You want to leave the room at this time, but I don't know that there's really. I mean,
we already
trailer
talked about the person that died.
the trailers. I don't think there was a big spoiler moment.
Yeah.
Where like there's a twist. They show all that stuff in the trailers nowadays anyway. But just to talk about the specifics of the story, what's the guy's name? The Sentry?
Yeah. Or Bob.
Bobby. Bob was a good character too.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. That guy is great. I really like him. He was in Top Gun Maverick. His name was also Bob in that movie.
That was Bob from Top Gun?
Yeah.
He's being typecast. He is being typecast.
You know what he is? Somebody help him out.
Somebody better talk to
He's
his
the
agent.
same guy. I think he's legit the same guy.
He
was, remember he's sitting there eating the peanuts?
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Bob.
I'm Bob.
Oh, nice.
What's your call sign? Bob. Yeah, poor guy.
Wow.
He's the Hollywood Bob.
So that's like an inside joke, though, really.
I guess. Yeah. He was in something else recently, I feel like, too.
As Bob.
Maybe.
He does a good job, though. He plays that character well.
Yeah, the squirrel.
Where, again, it's his character, and his character just comes across as awkward, which is funny.
Yeah.
He's not trying to make funny lines. It's just his character is talking the way that character might talk. And it comes out, it seems funny great as you're watching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does a good job of acting it. But he gets godlike powers. And I thought what was cool is at the end, it was just at the end, was it the end credit scene? Yeah, it was the end credit scene. They're hanging around in Avengers Mansion, because I guess this would be the big twist or the big reveal that you might not get. So that would be the big spoiler. But anyway, they're sitting around in Avengers Mansion and they're talking to him. And it's like he's the Hulk. He cannot change into
the Sentry form, which is Superman.
Because it's got an evil side that almost took over the world and could destroy the world. So he
can't do it now.
But obviously
he's going to have to.
He's going to have to at some point in the future.
But I think that was... Now, you said you didn't know about the Sentry.
I didn't really know about the Sentry.
Now, in the comics, he is like the guy. I mean, they did really well with him, adapting him, because
Is he gold?
What do you mean, is he gold?
In the comics?
Like his costume?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just like his powers as well, and how he acts. Like, a lot of times the Avengers don't call him because they're worried about the Void taking over. And they know he won't answer, because he's like, I can't step into a situation...
Oh, so it's like the same deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great adaptation of the character. And the only time, his biggest moment, he fights the Hulk. When Hulk's at his angriest, and Hulk has taken out Avengers, X-Men. I mean, you name it, Hulk went through everybody. World War Hulk. He's in his berserk mode. Yeah. And the Sentry has to step in and goes toe-to-toe with Hulk.
All while fighting his evil side also.
Yeah. I mean... That's his problem.
And
they show it's a big problem. They show his powers well, and like the Thunderbolts are completely outmatched to the point they pack their bags and leave.
Yeah,
which is something you don't see superhero teams do. Usually, they're like, they walk out. And again, not what superheroes do. Yeah. Avengers Endgame, Captain America stood there.
But realistic. I mean, because they had just gotten their butts kicked by them.
Beat bad.
And Red Guardian's the only one. We gotta go back. We gotta form a plan.
Like, all right,
and everybody else like
they really do just like they go their separate ways.
And then what brings him? Well, then he comes crazy. Out to the void. The black looks like Black Superman. Really, it was sweet.
Yeah, that imagery was really cool.
And then I liked how they started. And it's in the trailer where he like turns the people to dust or whatever. It's just like that was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're clearly outmatched.
They really get worked like that, and they're not even doing anything. They pull out all their weapons, which is just guns and knives, and he just stands there.
Yeah.
There's a really cool moment I liked with Bucky. He's like the last guy, and he gets up. It's very Captain America-esque. He gets up and just
tries to.
He just tries everything he's got, and Sentry just rips his arm off, his mechanical arm off, kind of backhands him and throws the arm.
Yeah.
And then I think another really cool moment for him is the bad guy Valentina.
Yeah.
Elaine Bennis.
Yeah, Elaine Bennis. Let's just.
She's like, you should have killed him, and he's like, I don't need to. They can't do anything to me.
That would be the only, but there's no way around that. Like he would, because he's just killing everybody. He's killing the guards who
that's because the Void takes him over. He's still Sentry. Remember, he gets like the kill shot.
Yeah, but I mean, but there's no way around it. You can't kill the main characters. Every movie has that problem.
But I don't think that's really because he is like still Bob. Maybe. He just Elaine Bennis just manipulated him.
Yeah.
But I think that shows that he is a good guy at the end of the day, unless the Void comes out. Then there's nothing you can do about that.
You can do when the Void comes out.
Just kind of pack your bags and go.
Yeah, go with it. So then the end credits scene was the biggest kind of the coolest thing.
Oh wait, are we going to skip over?
I don't know, what else you got?
Well, it's Thunderbolts asterisks. And that's because they're the new Avengers.
The new Avengers.
That's their real name.
Of the movie, you think?
No, of their group. But I think they were just like, they don't want to call it the new Avengers.
Yeah, Elaine Bennis kind of pulls out because she got caught in front of the camera, so she made up a bunch of BS. That was the only, and it's not a complaint. It's just like, I thought that the little girl was going to step up to the microphone and say, "This lady's full of crap."
Yeah.
But she didn't. But so they kind of now have it over Elaine Bennis's head that that she named them the new Avengers, so they're not going to bust her. And apparently they're working together in some capacity now.
Yeah. We'll find out. She probably is like going to be funding them.
Yeah.
They don't got no money. They got no money. They really got nothing.
They got nothing.
And that's the thing about
But they got to move into Avengers Tower, apparently.
Because they have no home. They'd be homeless heroes.
Would be a good look.
And that's the thing about Sentry is like, if they didn't have him...
They probably,
I mean...
They're
done. Yeah. He's going to be the guy that really gives them street credibility when all these other teams start to show up, such as... a real Avengers team.
Real Avengers, but who is that going to... See, this is what's so cool about... This all happened in the end credit scene. None of this stuff... They didn't cut away to the Falcon recruiting Spider-Man or force all these characters in there, which would have not been part of the story.
Yeah.
They let the story be the story, but at the end credits, they hinted at... And you didn't even see it.
It was 14 months later.
14 months later. You know what I mean? It's a 2-minute end credit scene, but there's so much in there from context.
And they're just talking. They're not
expositioning?
Yeah.
Exposition? Yeah, what would be, they're not exposition. Would it be expositioning?
They're not doing a lot of explaining. They're just having a conversation like you would in the world. Oh, Sam copyrights the Avengers name, or whatever.
Right, so that tells you that he apparently was trying to get together another Avengers group.
Which was hinted at in Captain America. Captain America is a bird now. Captain America 4. Captain America is a big bird now.
Yeah, but he should just be a different character.
You don't think he should be Captain America?
I mean, he should just be... It's not really Captain America if he's flying with the Falcon. As the Falcon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you're saying, you Captain America Birdman.
Yeah, Captain America. He's a bird now.
Yeah, that.
But that was something Harrison Ford, Thunderbolt Ross, the president, who turns into a Red Hawk. spoiled in the trailers. He says we need to get together the Avengers again.
Yeah.
So that was hinted at there.
But see, then you have now a question: who are those other Avengers? It's gonna be Doctor Strange, the Hulk, Spider-Man, or other people that we don't know yet.
I think it had to be other people we don't know.
Yeah, because those
Doctor Strange, I feel like he's
just kind of
in his own adventure. He's his own adventures.
He was cool for Endgame, but I don't think he's legit enough to be anymore. I mean, he only works as part of somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to see a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, they messed that one up.
Yeah,
they just need to do Midnight Suns, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, just give them a whole different direction. We could
throw Moon Knight in there.
We could do an episode on that if we ever.
But it would be. I don't want to see Spider-Man on the Avengers either. I've seen too much of that. Spider-Man isn't.
But I think those people,
an Avenger guy
outside of the movie universe. I mean, Tom Holland it's got to be done with this, doesn't he?
I think he signed on for 3 more.
Oh my gosh! Right,
Poor guy.
Not done.
Poor guy.
He's typecast.
He's
going to grow up or something, isn't he? He's going to start bulking up.
He's going to be like a 40-year-old man. He's freshman in college. No, he's not. He's 40 years old.
He's getting ready to retire.
He's a kid.
So I don't know. So that was hinted at, and then the cool thing was like, oh,
there's a spaceship.
There's a spaceship coming, and then they're monkeying around with the technology, kind of cracking on each other.
Again showing such scrub.
Showing that
there's no Tony Stark in there.
Yeah, showing that this spaceship is going to be out of their element.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
what if it is aliens?
What if it is? But it turns out it is
the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. It's got the Fantastic Four logo on it.
And you see it in the Fantastic Four trailer.
All right, so there you go. Which is, so see that, and that's how they're going to hook the films together. Not all this cramming stuff in there and alternating the stories to cram stuff in there.
And we know the Fantastic Four, more than likely, that is going to be the final bit of the Fantastic Four movie. Them landing on, or in this new universe.
Because it doesn't seem like this universe obviously doesn't seem like the Fantastic Four universe.
At all. I think we know that.
Yeah.
For a fact.
Yeah, I think they basically have said that.
But that would be the Fantastic Four's movie. I don't imagine it's going to be, how can we travel to a different universe? In fact, it doesn't seem like that.
At all.
Based on Sue Storm alone saying, no, we're going to sit here and fight for this world.
Right, so that's going to be another movie that's going to hopefully be a good movie by itself,
and then at the very end
something happens.
We're here,
or maybe they plant a seed somewhere in the beginning, but that's not the plot. That's not the point of the movie.
I can't imagine.
Which is how Marvel did it the first time, and everybody else screwed up trying to cram.
There's an Infinity Stone in here. No one even knew what that was.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, nobody did. You were like, oh, that's cool.
Cool, I guess. A rock from space with no context.
7 movies later. Oh, remember that?
This guy's got a Golden Glove for them now.
Yeah. So it was a good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. Thunderbolts.
Any more? Anything else you want to go over? On that? All right. So like, share, subscribe. SanduskySodaPops.com on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And we're going to be back with more episodes. There's a lot of good movies coming out, but also some other content on different subjects just as we go along to keep you interested.
Like that Tom Cruise. Top 10 times Tom Cruise almost died for our entertainment.
Should have died for our entertainment. Yeah. That would be a good list. All right, signing off. Thank you.
Goodbye.